Hi, I'm Eleanor, yoga teacher and vegan, and I've just made some nice vegan muesli and a nice vegan cup of tea. So I've used soya unsweetened milk from Lidl, the vegan Vimondo, the vegan brand that Lidl gets in. Soya unsweetened milks, shop's own brands, that tastes good in tea. If you're after a cup of tea that would taste similar to what it would with cow's milk in. Everyone's different, but I wouldn't go for the Alpro soya milk, even if it says no added sugars. It still has this kind of sweet, but not sugar, like a strange sweet taste in your tea. So that's that, because that was a big deal for me when I went vegan. I was vegetarian from being about 8. When I went vegan about 2 or 3 years ago, to me, it's silly really, but I needed tea and coffee to taste good. It's a little bit hypocritical, isn't it? But yeah, that was it. That was it for me. It wasn't cheese or wasn't meat. It was tea and coffee. So this muesli. So muesli is vegan, isn't it? Of course it is. It's just depending on what milk you put in, but also it's a good way of getting some of the things into your diet that you don't get because you're not eating meat or dairy. So basically it's oats. And this is, by the way, from a refill shop. So this just gets refilled. So I'm never buying a new container which has to be recycled or has to biodegrade and still goes through that process of producing carbon to biodegrade, which is then bad for the atmosphere. And often things aren't recycled when we think they're getting recycled, and they end up in the sea or landfill. So there we go. Not single use, long-term use of plastic here. I just happen to have this container, which is why it's in here. And that's the Waiter shop, by the way, in Durham, in Fram, which is a really good zero waste shop. Soya yogurt, so I suppose I'm getting some calcium and some protein in there, because the soya milks, the oat milks, all of the dairy alternatives have got added in what would be in milk, like calcium, vitamin D. Omega-3, so this is ground flax seeds. So omega-3 you would get from your fish, from certain meats, and that's really lacking in a vegan diet. So this is important, and you can just add it to your cereal. You won't taste it. I sometimes add it to certain sauces and things, and again, that's just a jar that I get refilled from a refill shop. But you can buy ground flaxseed in little sachets. You can get it in Holland and Barrett as well. And I've added these as well, which they're tiny, like kind of shelled hemp seeds, and they're really small, so they're not like big nuts or anything like that. And that's your magnesium and your iron, which again can be lacking in a vegan diet. So there we go. So if you're vegan or you're thinking about going vegan, your porridge or your muesli is a good way of getting certain things in there that you would need. Namaste.